Hi Leo, welcome to your quantum reading. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. As always, welcome to my cross watchers. Cross watcher, you could be dealing with a Leo. The message could be for you, so feel free to take it however it resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind that these are general and timeless readings. Oh wow, okay. And if you guys are wanting to book a one-on-one, my website information is down below in the description box. Just go ahead and subscribe your email there. Sorry. That way you'll always get an email notification every time my availability opens up. Oh, look at that. Wow. Oh my gosh, the Queen of Swords is on the bottom. Okay, I have to take that because that felt significant. I was kind of like, wow, look at all these swords. You guys can also follow me on Instagram. That information is also down below. Dude, let's dive into this. Thanks for liking, subscribing. Thanks for all the ways you've supported the channel. God, let's jump in because this is looking very interesting. Okay. Very cold energies here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like, 3 swords, this is a lot of intellectual, so there's 3 energies here that I can see that you could be one of them, or you're dealing with 3 different energies. And do you want any? No? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. These are really hilarious. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. All right. What do we have? Capacity. Release. Okay, there were seriously so many cards that popped out. I don't know if I want to take all of them, to be totally honest. I'm just gonna like kind of leave them here. You have the Tower card. Okay, so this is an unexpected event. Okay, could be a dramatic change. There could be some distress. I don't know, but it's these 3. Look at this. Look at this. Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords. Like, wow. So 3 energies here. And there's a lot of like turning backs, but you know, everyone's aware of each other. So it's like a looking, but not. This is there's some type of shift that's happening in this dynamic. I don't know. It feels like it could be in communication. Okay. How do I say this? This is very interesting. Oh, okay. I think I'm grasping onto it just a little bit. So I'm getting here that there's somewhat of an attachment here. It could be between the Queen and King of Swords. Like, for some of you guys, that could be a couple. So this could be a third wheel situation. I'm not gonna lie, like, that Knight of Swords could be that you are like interacting with a couple of different people and you are very much like observing things. And there's like a bit of a different energy about you. Leo, for some reason, I'm just gonna say that you're the Knight of Swords. I mean, you could be a different energy, but I'm just saying that for my own sanity. So what I'm getting here is that like something about this energy is like shifting the capacity, you know, what you can withstand and withhold. Because this Knight of Swords is kind of telling me the way that you're dealing with this interaction or this communication or whatever is happening in this energetic exchange, you are learning that it's kind of best to seem detached. Even though like you kind of have this interesting energy about you where you maybe like go your own path or you just like go your own way, but at the same time, you're very much so watching and aware, you know? Like, even though it seems like your back is turned, you're watching someone or something, okay? And I think it's just how you've learned how to handle the situation or something about this. And maybe it's because there's a particular person that you're like watching them go through a transformation, maybe in their mind or maybe in a connection that they're dealing with, but there is an attachment here. And I do think that there's a tower moment coming from this attachment, okay? And there is this release, okay? I'm not surprised that this is happening here, because I think what can happen is usually in these dynamics, like this interaction can bring up so much from inside of you, like inside your cellular structure, because it can make you think specific thoughts and memories and emotions. And if you see a tower moment happen, it's because the foundation of this interaction is possibly inauthentic, or it's lacking emotional depth, or you know what I mean? And that is what I'm seeing here. As far as this interaction goes, it's very cold, okay? There's not a lot of like emotional like attachment that's happening. Now, what I'm getting here though is here's this sovereignty card. I do think that there's this energy here of this King of Swords that wants to be in this place of power. And to me, it's coming across as like a little bit of this ultra masculine of, how do I say this? You know, like this person thinks that if they are emotionally detached, then they will be more in power. So it could be that mentally, that like they could come across as having a lot of knowledge. If it's in the shadow side, and the only reason I'm saying that is because there's attachment, there's a tower card here. I do think that this person is like a blessing and a burden at the same time, which could mean that part of the realization that you could be coming to with a particular person is that you could be aware that this person provides some level of like abundance, or, you know, like maybe it helps you out. Like the weight on your shoulders is that this person has brought in blessings into your life, and at the same time it can bring in, it's like obligations, where if someone does something generously for you, you kind of in the back of your mind as being a good person feel like you're indebted to this person, like you owe them something. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is like this is almost like, I do see this opposite energy where sometimes this King of Swords can bring in, kind of like herald in this huge blessing into your life, but it's through like challenge and restriction. And really, I think also what's happening on your side is, it feels like to me this is what's going on for you, your worth and your capacity to handle what's going on here. And I'm kind of getting that like it could be something about the emotional weight of the person that you're dealing with, or their detachment to it, that's affecting you, that like maybe there's not a whole lot of awareness of how much it truly has been affecting you, because this can happen small. Like it's such a small little, that's why I talk about the quantum so much, because when an energy is being transferred to you, because there are literally things in the psychology world, there's transference. In quantum physics, there's quantum tunneling. There's all these different like scientific and psychological words and meanings that talk about how energy is transferred from one human to another. And when a person can be in denial of their own emotional turmoil, they can like project it in small little ways that will come at you. And it's almost like tiny little needles, where it wouldn't seem like it has this big effect, but what can happen is, oh shiz, are you ready for this? Have you guys ever had acupuncture? So with acupuncture, you know how you have these little needles inside of you and they create these chemical releases. And it's almost like you're going through that with a particular person, because like when they say a certain energy, there's these flood of chemicals that rush through your body, maybe as almost a protective state, because like you go through these chemical releases that are almost like If you guys have ever had a tattoo as well, it's the same kind of thing, but not obviously different from acupuncture because it's completely different. But you get these flood of chemicals, and that's something about affecting your consciousness or your level of awareness when you're interacting with this particular person. Is that all making sense? So here's the Six of Cups. You have a memory of the past that's affecting you somehow, like maybe something that this person had done for you. There are certain emotional memories that are being triggered at this time. Maybe they're even from your childhood or something like that. There's a significance to that. Dang it, I got the cards all, there we go. Okay, this makes sense. Yeah, isn't this kind of cool? So look at this. You have the Hanged Man, the Hanged One, and the Two of Swords. So this is kind of telling me that depending on which like thought gets triggered within you and the emotional releases, it shifts you back and forth. So you could be in two minds or a little bit indecisive. And it also could be that you like, when you interact with a particular person, you have to like switch personas to be around them, which could be like affecting your ability to be like 100% authentic. And this is like tiny little ways. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with this. This is just like highlighting the little intricate ways of being a human and interacting with people that have stuff going on underneath the surface that like we don't always see, or there's a detachment from it, but emotionally or physiologically, you could be picking up on it, which can be super tricky to navigate through. So there's your past energy. Somehow it is coming in here. And that's why for some of you guys, what's super useful is if you feel as though like you're dealing with a particular human and you think like, they kind of remind me of this person or a family member, even though they're not that person, but you're like, whoa, like you kind of remind me of this person. It's because chemically you are pulled to that person because they are like your family member. That's like the entanglement that happens. Your nervous system will always do that. It will look for a human that is you're comfortable with. So this is telling me that this interaction is definitely connected to your past. I do think that there's a level of defensiveness that's happening in this dynamic because of this Two of Swords. So it could be that you have to defend yourself, okay? Because this person like might deny you or something. There's a definite change here where you might get out of this situation, Six of Swords. I think that you might be moving away from the situation, okay? Moving toward an emotional connection, whatever that is for you. It could be a friend, that could be a family member. There's a new kind of love that's coming out of this situation. Here's the Four of Swords. This is good. This is like taking a break from the situation. Super good. So there could be some movement that comes up. I don't know if you guys are like kind of just taking a break from this situation. Six of Swords, like moving a bit away from the chaos of it and getting just a breath of fresh air or something where you can rest and clear your mind about the whole thing. I think you might get some clarity in that, at least what it is showing me. Stupid freaking, okay. Yeah, that's another card of like still being kind of back and forth or indecisive. And it can be, what always kind of concerns me is in these decks, the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, to me that could be a bit of cognitive dissonance, like that, where your brain can become split because you're dealing with another human that's somehow split in their physiological energy, and somewhere in their body there's a split. And even in interactions, it can do that in you. So if you're feeling a level of confusion or anything like that, it's telling me, oh, look at that, that you could be interacting with a human that's in that state. And you can always tell when you actually go spend time to yourself how you will feel. You will usually come back into clarity. It's like your mind will just shift back into its natural state of being peaceful, not conflicted. So there's something here about getting really clear about how an energy is affecting you maybe more than you realize Ten of Pentacles is the very end card. So this is good. This is actually amazing. This could be something about home or family. Ten of Pentacles. This is like a huge, it could be for some of you guys commitment, more money coming in. Not going to say no to that. But I do think that you could be moving into a place of power with the Sovereignty card. And sometimes I think that's what certain entanglements will be showing you at this time. Is it's this interesting combination of things that remind you of your past. So maybe an interaction with a particular person will bring up some karmic things to the surface for you to be aware of that might be hindering you or blocking you from getting to the next phase that you wish to move to. So I can kind of see that what's happening, but this release card is coming in. I think you might need to like release an attachment that you have currently to a person. And that's probably how you're going to get to the next level, whatever it is that you're working toward. So Leo, let me dive into the extended. I'll see whatever else wants to come out. Page of Swords also, this is news. Look at all this, look at all of them that came out. Page, Knight, Queen, and King of Swords all came out. So yeah, I'll see you guys over on the other side. If you guys want to jump over to the extended, go down below, click on the Vimeo link. I'll see you over there. But Leo, if this is where we leave things, I'm sending you so much love, wishing you all the very best, and I'll see you in your next reading. Take care.